Hello, everybody, and welcome to another TMFIA movie review. Today we're reviewing Birdemic, and I'm here with Jonnyboy and me, Mraccstudios.
What's going on?
So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this wonderful movie. Should I go first, or do you want to go first?
Where did we find this movie to watch it at exclusively on which website?
YouTube.com /watch equals exclamation point 12389.
Shit. 10. Okay. This movie went on for about an hour and a half too long, if you ask me.
Yeah. It sucks.
That was
a horrible movie.
What do you think they used to edit the entire movie on?
Probably a lower version of Sony Vegas. Which I... probably like Sony Vegas, maybe 5.
Hey, I have to admit, I couldn't have added those bird gifs myself.
Those shitty bird gifs. Oh my god. Dive bombing birds that had, like, plane sounds.
Oh my god. Birdemic Shock and Terror. The literal shock and terror. Yeah,
that was, the only thing that was accurate, like you said.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think about it? Like full on.
Oh. Those are totally not Skype notifications during our review. But the movie, I was not happy for the acting, the lines, the storyline, the editing, the green screen effects, the gifs of the birds. Did not like the sex scenes. Weren't enjoyable whatsoever. What else? What else? Oh, the weaponry, the blood, aka ketchup, aka ravioli, SpaghettiOs stuff.
SpaghettiOs. They just have spaghetti on it themselves. I couldn't pick the noodles out.
It was their guts or something.
Yeah.
Add my mom's spaghetti here.
Why does it smell like shit?
We had to use it 8 times, Jerry. Shut the fuck up. Look, stop yelling, man. We gotta get this movie done! Oh, man. 1 second.
What's up? Well,
sorry about that. Just the entire movie was hilariously bad. And, the scenery bad. They hinted... The entire movie had a good message, was don't cause global warming, otherwise birds will become planes and just suicide bomb you. Yes, there are many...
Yeah, the whole moral of the story was, global warming, and there's your dogs.
Yeah, so, that's why I muted my mic.
Yeah, the whole message was, about global warming and the shit that we do to screw the earth up, but I thought the movie didn't really convey it too well. It was not a good movie at all.
Nope, it was in fact a terrible movie. It was very bad. I did not like it. It first started out. He was driving around. He went to a gas station, I think, in his shitty sedan.
Yeah. Okay. So they have a shot of him. There are so many bad shots in the film. There are shots of him just driving around. Yeah, all of them.
It shows him getting gas. Yes.
Yeah. Parking.
At his job, making $1 million sale or something. The quote, the big sale, the big one. Most generic storyline.
Awesome, dude.
No one knows what his job is. He just made the big sale, quote unquote. Or the big one.
I'm gonna knock off $1,000 just for you.
Yes, yes. And he showed him buying... Fuck, what was that? Solar panel. Yeah. One solar panel that cost $20,000, and this black guy was willing enough to knock off $1,000 just for him.
The romance was horrible.
He met a girl. He said, "Hey, I remember you from school." He says, "Oh, hey, I remember you as well. What do you do?" "I'm a model." And then he was extremely perverted. He's like, "You'd look good in lingerie."
Yeah.
Haha, thanks.
They go to dinner, and she's talking about, like, her
No, don't go to dinner. Wait for it, Mrac. They talked. They said hello, and then she walked away. She left the diner, and then he got up out of the diner, left, ran down the street after her, and said, "Hey, wait!" And she turns around, and they exchanged business cards. Yes, they exchanged business cards.
Yeah, they
fucking exchanged business cards.
Now, this film was filmed over the course of, I think, 2 or 3 years. It was filmed from 2008 to 2010, I think.
It took like a year editing, I think.
Yeah. It was all done by one guy. Now, the guy who directed the film, he added fake names to make it look more professional.
Oh, yeah, in the credits. Yeah, in the credits, they said that he added a lot of fake names in the credits to make the film look more professional. Instead, like, wow, so many people working on this film? How is it still this fucking bad?
Yeah, like with the whole cast and crew and all that. It's like a high school PSA video.
We're gonna add the link to this fucking video in the description because it is awful. It is god awful. This is probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. I can't believe this movie's on IMDb and A Gravedigger Night Rises isn't. That is awful.
If I'm going to talk about the romance bullshit, there's just no chemistry between the two. It's so fucking awkward.
It's trying to add like water and Diet Coke and saying it's the same thing. It's like, all right, talk.
It's just it was awkward seeing them together.
Mm-hmm. And their conversations were awful. They never talked about anything fucking important. They didn't get to know each other. They just got to know each other's jobs.
Yeah,
you figure out her mom's a gold digger.
So they go to Thai food, I think, right? Was it Thai? Who the fuck cares? They go to an Asian dinner.
They go to like Chinatown. I remember it was like Chinatown at a Chinese restaurant.
And then they had like
really fucking racist music playing in the background.
Yeah, like. So they're having dinner and shit, and he's talking about, yeah, I just made a big sell. Can we talk about his friend?
Oh, yes. His
generic-ass womanizing friend. He's like...
Friend who's only interested in women and tits and vagina.
I'm not like one to be... I'm not like some gender studies guy. It's like, oh, you're a fucking sexist. But I was like the most generic... Dude, you guys didn't have sex on the first date?
Not worth it. What was it? A date not something. A date wasted.
A date without sex is a day wasted.
Exactly. That's his quote.
It was 2 white guys playing fucking basketball together.
Hey man, and then they had to make the quote that it was getting really hot because of global warming.
In winter.
Oh yes, it was winter, wasn't it?
Oh, here's like a plot bullshit. So they're talking about it getting really hot in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
In which it's California's always hot, or like medium. And so the guy goes on another date with the girl, and they go to the fair. Mm-hmm. But this part was filmed in like 2008, and it was in October. So it was like 2008 Halloween something or some shit. And I'm just thinking to myself, but I thought it was winter.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god, it was just bad. Just thinking about anything like in the movie, you just fucking cringe. We can't go over everything that was fucking bad because we just can't go scene by scene by scene by scene, go by line and just analyze each piece of the fucking, like each second is like 10 minutes of bitching to do about the entire movie. That's a lot of seconds.
A better way to have reviewed this movie is to have recorded us live while watching the fucking movie.
It'll be a lot of laughing and it says, what the fuck is this? And like, why?
Aside from Amber Alert, that's probably one of the worst movies I've seen.
They drink a lot of water. Kids were bitching. Killed. The kids only would eat Happy Meal.
They would those fuckers went through like 8 cases of water in a day. They were so fucking
Do you remember
thirsty.
The fires? In
do.
the forest? Oh my god. It's a very bad movie. All the special effects is just randomly like, oh my god, it's like clip art like in a Word.
A better way to have reviewed this was go like, scene by scene, but who fucking cares? This movie was so bad. So they finally have sex, or what's considered it in the movie. I guess it was just them and
hang on. The director said he didn't want any real sex scenes, so he made all the actresses wear bikinis.
Yeah, that's what I want.
There's at least two scenes. It showed his douchebag friend
with a bunch of chest
and just this Asian girl was just randomly in the shot, and she got a call from the blonde main character who was dating the other main character guy, and it showed them talking a little bit, and who knew? It just randomly showed his best friend dating the other girl, the girl's best friend, and it's just fucking so random. Small world.
Now, this Asian girl, this girl, the chest hair dude was dating, who was his friend. I get they were sponsoring some website or some shit.
Oh yes,
ImaginePeace.com or something.
Yes.
Like she had a poster of it when they were doing something, I guess.
When they were making out, when they were doing it.
Yeah, they were 12-year-old foreplay.
Doing it.
Yeah, so there was like an
ImaginePeace.org
ImaginePeace.com, something like that. By there, and then another scene, she had a shirt with the website on it.
Yes. The birds, they would peck at your flesh. I'm sure they swooped down and exploded with their jet lines exploding into the people and would kill them. And buildings would lead to fire.
They were full on like dive bombing, and there would be like plane sound effects, and then they'd go down and they go, and then there'd be flames.
Yeah. Oh, good. Rod will be featured in Birdemic Birdemic 2.
Yeah, that came out I think 2 years ago.
So will Natalie. Well, the two, awesome. Natalie and Rod, they at a motel. They woke up the next day and they saw birds were outside. They said, "Oh fuck, birds!" And then they met with another couple in the hotel room. Oh yeah. And then it took them like 5 minutes to pick up the fucking mattress, put it against the wall, and she's sitting there in her fucking bikini still. And you're like, oh, they woke up with fully clothed after the sex scene. They woke up fully clothed and see birds outside. Like, oh no, there's fucking birds, run! And then they met up with another couple.
I guess she decided it'd be too weird to, be naked in bed. Or at least put something on.
It's ooey. It's ooey, the director would say, I'm sure.
So, you could have at least, I don't know, put a shirt on or some shit.
Yeah, they could have done like the nightgown thing, her wearing his shirt, oversized shirt or something.
He put her dick in her, but
you don't know that. Polite, he was wearing jeans and a belt, I'm sure.
He was. And then he woke up with like shorts and muscle top.
Totally got it in. Held her hand.
He came while he was kissing her.
And then they met up with this other group of people, and they get into the van, and then they just show up, and he has an assault rifle in his fucking vehicle. I have to complain about that. The guy just had just a gun.
He had like
he had like a shit ton of guns.
Yeah.
Bird apocalypse is coming.
He was like an Iraq veteran or some shit, and this dude had like combat trousers on, and he had boots, and he bloused them and shit.
Yeah. Just, there's not a lot we can say about the movie besides it was bad, it was really shit, it was badly produced, it was badly filmed, it was badly directed, it was badly written, it was badly performed. The lines were delivered in an awful way. There's a lot of things that we can say about it.
Can we talk about the creepy white dude being a Native American or some shit who was just staring at the kids behind the tree?
Oh yeah, okay, they go to the forest because they hear river somehow. They're driving down the road, maybe 50, 60 miles an hour, and they're like, wait, stop, I hear river, we have to get more fucking water after they drink like 8 packs, literally, like the big, like 30 packs of Aquafina water and shit like that.
Yeah, they had gas station sandwiches.
Yeah, and then the kids were constantly bitching they were hungry and wanted Happy Meals. I mean, you could have just fucking thrown them out of the goddamn car. Saved you probably a shit ton of water.
Earth's overpopulated anyways.
Yes, thank you, Saxton. But back to they went to the forest and they're drinking river water and everything, and just a creepy guy.
Yeah, parasitic river water.
Yeah, parasitic river water with dead birds all in it.
And yeah, this creepy dude living up in the mountains was looking behind the tree and shit.
Yeah, and he was just watching them, and then they have a small conversation, and they don't trust him, I guess, and it's starting to show how sucks living life is, and also remind me to talk about the guy who tried to rob them of the gasoline.
Oh yeah, how about you? Let's talk about that right after.
Hang on, yes. And then they were showed almost them turning on the man out in the woods, and they didn't believe him, and they thought he was going to steal their items and everything, and then they saw that the woods was going to burn down. They told him to come with them, but he said, no, this is my home, or something like that. I'm assuming he got burnt the fuck down.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then they left the woods after it was burning down for some fucking reason.
Dry weather, man.
Yeah, clearly. It just poofs into fire. Poof.
But before that, they were on the road, and, you know, they were, like, on the road and shit, and then this guy was on the side of the road, I think by his truck.
Yeah, by his truck.
So they stop and like, do you need help? Or he comes up.
Yeah, he comes up to the window and says, can you help us? He's like, I need gasoline. Like, sorry, man, we don't have any extra gasoline for you.
We only have a few gallons.
And
so then he pulls out a gun, and he holds it in the most shittiest way.
He says, get out of the fucking car, or I'm gonna kill you!
Get out of the car.
And then, I guess he only has a few gallons inside of his fucking huge, like, gallon tank of gasoline.
So, yeah, so he opens up the trunk or some shit, whatever you call it.
Back of his minivan.
Yeah, the guy backs away, and then a bird swoops down and, like, cuts his neck open.
Yeah, slits his throat, and he falls and dies. Drops the can of gasoline. The character, Rod, gets back at the car, leaves the fucking gas bottle there, and drives off. When he was just bitching how they only had a few gallons left.
And he just left the fucking gasoline. And the gasoline dropped perfectly.
Yeah, just perfectly fine. Didn't fall over in anything, which is amazing. But fucking Birdemic Shock and Terror. The real Shock and Terror was watching the entire fucking movie.
If I had to rate it out of 5, I'd give it a 1 out of 5.
I get a 0.5. That's only because they tried to make a film. Do you remember the nightclub scene? I think they used the same setting from Club Penguin.
We need to... So they're at this bar, this really depressing looking bar, and they're having a drink and shit, and I guess they decided to start dancing, and there's like one other guy there, and he's singing and shit.
Oh yeah, at the bar, it's like one guy who's singing in this depressing bar, and then they have like, you can kind of see the back of one person, but they never get into the shot. So it's kind of like, why do they have one person's back in the shot? Why wouldn't they have their entire back in there? And
they're doing like generic white people dancing, and they're like moving their arms around and shit. Yeah, they're slow dancing and
oh my god, this movie was just fucking awful.
It was definitely one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
You will have to, if you watch this, you will have to watch this movie. This movie's fucking awful, and you need to see how bad this movie is so you can fucking tell this guy to never make Birdemic 3.
Yeah, it was not good. I'd give it a 1 out of 5. I can't even think of a pro.
1 star. Movie. 1 star out of 5. 1 star.
I think of like
0.5.
How about a 1 out of 10? How about that? That's even worse for you.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, 1 out of 10's fine for me.
I just can't find any pros about the movie.
It's 1 out of 10 gremlins. 1 out of 10 gremlins.
1 out of 10 Paladines.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes Birdemic Shock and Terror review. Shock and Awe, whatever the fuck it is. I don't remember the fucking name. I don't remember the fucking name. I want to erase from my mind.
I hope if I ever get like Alzheimer's or whatever, or dementia or some shit, I swear to God, if that's the only memory I have of my fucking young life, I only remember one movie.
Rod and Natalie, perfect couple.
Great chemistry. I'm in my hovering wheelchair with my robot taking care of me.
Yes, exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have our own individual channels. You can check that out in the description. We upload loads of great content. And we also have our own Twitters. You can find me at 97Jonnyboy, and Mracc's handle is at Mraccstudios. Yep. And make sure to subscribe for more movie reviews. Go ahead.
Yep.
All right.
It's actually not ad. It's actually plus.
Bye.
Okay.